Hey there! Who could forget the excitement of watching Hannibal face B.A. and Murdoch take on those daring missions? The A-Team definitely left a lasting impression on all of us since their adventures wrapped up in the 80s. We're curious. What are the iconic stars of the A-Team up to these days in 2024? Get ready for some real names, ages, and a peek into their lives after the cameras stopped rolling. Did they hang up their camo gear? Or are they still living life on the edge? Let's find out. Number 1. George Peppard as John Hannibal Smith. Don't underestimate Hannibal. This seemingly ordinary guy hides a strategic mastermind within. His mind races with calculated moves, always one step ahead, exploiting weaknesses and maximizing his team's potential. But leadership isn't just about barking orders for Hannibal. He's a cunning tactician, a chess player weaving intricate strategies that leave opponents bewildered. And most importantly, Hannibal's loyalty runs deep. He's the kind of teammate who would walk through fire for his crew, a true asset in any situation. With his charming smile and cool-headed demeanor, George Peppard often played guys who walked the line between good and bad. For over 30 years, he graced both the big and small screens, leaving a lasting impression on audiences. Peppard's career took off in the early 1960s. He starred in movies like Home from the Hill and stole hearts alongside Audrey Hepburn in Breakfast at Tiffany's. But it was the 1980s action series The A-Team that truly cemented his place in pop culture. He led the crew as the ever-resourceful Hannibal Smith, a character known for his love of cigars and cunning plans. Sure, critics loved his work in films like How the West Was Won and The Blue Max. But for many, Peppard will always be remembered for the iconic A-Team, the show that brought him back to superstardom. John Hannibal Smith played by George Peppard when he was 55 years old. Sadly, on May 8, 1994, still battling lung cancer, Peppard died from pneumonia in Los Angeles. He was 65 years old. Number 2, Mr. T as B.A. Baracus B.A. doesn't mess around. He's a walking force of nature, a whirlwind of skill and raw power. People talk about his legendary strength, pure muscle and sinew that moves with the kind of control and power you'd expect from a master. But don't be fooled by the tough-looking. B.A.'s got a heart of gold, is fiercely loyal, and is always there for his people. With his iconic mohawk and booming voice, Mr. T was a force to be reckoned with on 80s television. Before becoming an actor, he even worked as a bodyguard. His career skyrocketed in 1982 when Sylvester Stallone cast him as the intimidating boxer Clubber Lang in Rocky III. But it was his role as B.A. Baracus on the A-Team that truly cemented his status as a pop culture legend. B.A. Baracus, the gruff ex-soldier with a heart of gold, was a character you couldn't ignore. Mr. T's portrayal, though sometimes bordering on self-parody, left a lasting impression. Even today, the catchphrase, "I pity the fool," is instantly recognizable to anyone who grew up in the 80s. B.A. Baracus played by Mr. T when he was 31 years old, and now he is 71 years old. Number 3. Dwight Schultz as Howling Mad. Murdoch's the wackiest member of the team, hands down. His behavior's a little out there, his jokes are all over the map, but that's what makes him so unforgettable. He adds a dash of crazy and a whole lot of unpredictable fun to the mix. Don't get it twisted, though. Under all that eccentricity, Murdoch's fiercely loyal to his team. He's got a strong bond with each of these guys, proving there's more to him than just being the resident goofball. Dwight Schultz, a respected performer on Broadway, found everlasting fame as the certifiable howling mad Murdoch on the action series The A-Team. Murdoch, a living, breathing cartoon with a seemingly endless selection of voices and accents at his command, provided the air power for the A-Team's clandestine adventures, provided that his compatriots could break him out of the mental hospital where he resided. Murdoch became one of the show's most popular and memorable figures, ensuring steady work for Schultz on television. He appeared in series like Star Trek: The Next Generation, and lent his voice to countless animated shows, including Chowder, the Cartoon Network, 2007 to 10. However, for many fans, especially little boys of all ages, he was best remembered as Murdoch, and they were pleased to see him make a guest appearance in the 2010 film version of The A-Team. Howling Mad Murdoch, played by Dwight Schultz, when he was 36 years old, and now he is 75 years old. Number 4, Dirk Benedict as Templeton Faceman Peck. Face? Yeah, that's his real name, but trust me, it fits. This guy's got charm oozing out of his pores. He can talk his way into anything, which is pretty darn useful when you're on a secret A-Team mission. Faceman's the master of information and favors, basically a walking Rolodex of powerful contacts. He knows how to pull strings and get the team what they need to succeed. Think of him as the A-Team's secret weapon, always one smooth negotiation away from victory. Dirk Benedict's charm and good looks landed him not one, but 2 iconic television roles. After starting out in films like the campy horror flick he soared to fame as the cocky pilot Starbuck on Battlestar Galactica. Though the show was short-lived, Benedict quickly found even greater success as the charming conman Templeton Faceman Peck on The A-Team. While The A-Team dominated the 80s, Benedict also dabbled in films, playing a struggling manager in Body Slam and a stranded pilot in Alaska. He even ventured into reality TV on the UK's Celebrity Big Brother. Despite criticizing the reboot of Battlestar Galactica, he endorsed the big-screen version of The A-Team, even making a cameo alongside Bradley Cooper as Faceman. With 2 unforgettable television characters under his belt, Dirk Benedict has earned a place in the hearts of fans for generations. Templeton Faceman Peck, played by Dirk Benedict when he was 38 years old, and now she is 78 years old. Number 5, Melinda Culea as Amy Amanda Allen. Curiosity always runs deep in Amy Amanda Allen. She's a reporter with a nose for the truth, and no amount of obfuscation can stop her. Every interview, every document she digs up is a step closer to uncovering what's going on. Amy's not afraid to ask the tough questions, even when they lead her down dangerous paths. She's a fearless truth seeker, determined to expose what others try to hide. Actress Melinda Culea is best known to legions of A-Team fans for her role as the plucky newspaper journalist Amy Amanda Allen, who hired the team to hunt for a missing fellow reporter in Mexico. The character tagged along with the more macho-than-thou team for most of the first season and into the second. However, she was suddenly fired halfway through the second season, reportedly for asking for more money and wanting her role beefed up so she could participate in the action with the boys, a request that many of the lead actors on the show and management did not approve of. After the A-Team scandal, she continued to work steadily, guest starring on several shows such as the primetime soaps Hotel, Knots Landing, and Beverly Hills 90210, as well as other television programs. Aaron Spelling, for whom she would work frequently over the years, cast her as one of the leads in his 1984 program, Glitter, about the behind-the-scenes shenanigans at an entertainment magazine. Unfortunately, the show was not a hit and was canceled before the end of the first season. Her role on the 1995 Joey Lawrence sitcom Brotherly Love fared a bit better, lasting 2 seasons. She can also be seen in the John Candy and Richard Lewis comedy western, Wagons East, which was comedian Candy's last film role. Culea married the film's director Peter Markle a year later and retired from acting in 2001. Amy Amanda Allen played by Melinda Culea when she was 28 years old, and now she is 68 years old. Number 6, Lance LeGault as Decker Colonel. Decker doesn't give up. He's like a bulldog latched onto a case, relentlessly pursuing his targets. A master strategist, Decker plots his moves with precision, always anticipating the fugitive's next step. His mind's a war room, filled with cunning tactics and brilliant strategies designed to corner his prey. Every decision, every move, is fueled by his ironclad discipline and unwavering dedication to bringing them in. Lance LeGault, an accomplished actor, left an indelible mark on Hollywood with his diverse roles in various films. His acting journey began with notable appearances in films such as the Anne Margaret comedy The Swinger, The Young Runaways, and Catch My Soul. LeGault's talent also graced productions like French Quarter, alongside Bruce Davison, and the Genevieve Bujold drama Coma. He made a notable TV movie appearance in Pioneer Woman. Continuing his prolific career, LeGault acted in films such as the Jenny Agutter drama Amy, the comedy Stripes featuring Bill Murray, and the drama Fast Walking with James Woods. His repertoire extended to the action flick Iron Eagle alongside Louis Gossett Jr. In the later part of his career, he continued to contribute to notable projects like Mortal Kombat Annihilation with Robin Shou, the action film Stuntmen featuring Mark Blucas, and Prince Avalanche. Decker was played by Lance LeGault when he was 48 years old. Sadly, LeGault died from heart failure on Monday, September 10, 2012, at his home in Los Angeles at the age of 77, survived by his wife of 28 years, Teresa, and their 4 children, Mary, Teresa, Marcus, and William Lance Jr. Number 7. Carl Franklin as Captain Crane. Captain Crane's the brains of the A-Team. Like a conductor leading an orchestra, he calls the shots with precision and expertise. His mind's a steel trap, always a few steps ahead, and he's laser-focused on getting the job done. Think of him as a chess grandmaster. He can predict the enemy's moves and come up with counter-strategies faster than you can say, checkmate. For many, Carl Franklin's face is familiar from numerous television appearances in the 1970s and 1980s. While some may remember Franklin from his appearances on bad TV shows from that era, his true impact lies in his work behind the camera. He initially dipped his toes into film with the family comedy Five on the Black Hand Side, but it was his consistent presence on the small screen that defined his early career. He made numerous guest appearances, acted in TV movies and miniseries, and took on regular roles in series like Caribe and McLean's Law. Additionally, he contributed to the sci-fi adventure The Fantastic Journey. However, Franklin's career took a significant turn in the 1990s when he shifted his focus to filmmaking. This marked the beginning of a new chapter where he became known for his thoughtful and well-crafted genre films. Captain Crane played by Carl Franklin when he was 34 years old, and now he is 74 years old. Number 8. Robert Vaughn as General Hunt Stockwell. Stockwell's the guy who hands the A-Team their impossible missions. He's the government contact supplying them with everything they need to get the job done. Well, most of the time. Stockwell's a shrewd operator, all about results, no matter the cost. He's not afraid to bend the rules and use people to get what he wants. Think of him as a political chess player, always a few moves ahead and willing to pull strings to win the game. Robert Vaughn was a charismatic actor whose career spanned 5 decades across film and television. He effortlessly embodied both heroes and villains, captivating audiences with his performances in classics like The Magnificent Seven, 1960, Bullet, 1968, and The Towering Inferno, 1974. However, it was the small screen where Vaughn truly made his mark. He first stole hearts as the dashing Napoleon Solo in the global phenomenon The Man from UNCLE. Later, he showcased his dramatic range with an Emmy Award win for Washington Behind Closed Doors, and continued to grace audiences with captivating performances in miniseries and TV movies. In his personal life, Robert Vaughn married actress Linda Staub in 1974, and together they raised a family of 2 adopted children. Interestingly, Vaughn's family history included a surprising connection to English filmmaker Matthew Vaughn. Initially believed to be Robert's son, A paternity test revealed Matthew's biological father to be George DeVere Drummond. Despite this, Matthew continued to use the Vaughn surname professionally, reflecting the close bond they shared. General Hunt Stockwell played by Robert Vaughn when he was 51 years old. Sadly, Vaughn died in a hospice in Danbury, Connecticut on November 11, 2016, 11 days before his 84th birthday, after undergoing a year-long treatment for leukemia. Number 9. Eddie Velez as Frankie Santana. Frankie Santana from the A-Team is a bit of a mystery. He's sneaky and good with his hands, like a magician. He can trick people and get into tight spots nobody else can. It's dangerous all around them, but Santana's like a master of fooling people. He plans out every move carefully, like a fancy dance with everyone looking the wrong way. He's also really good at disguises and can blend in anywhere, becoming whoever he needs to be. Eddie Velez is a seasoned actor with a diverse filmography that stretches back to his childhood debut at age 7. Early on, Velez tackled comedic roles in films like Doin' Time and The Women's Club, while also landing parts on iconic shows like Days of Our Lives and The A-Team. Throughout the 80s and 90s, he remained active in film, showcasing his range in projects like the sports drama Split Decisions, the gritty drama Rooftops, and the biographical film Romero. He also added a touch of suspense to audiences' lives with his appearance in the thriller A Passion to Kill. Velez's career continued to flourish into the new millennium. He took on roles in action films like Running Woman and Under Oath, alongside established stars like Teresa Russell and Jack Scalia. He even landed a part in the critically acclaimed crime drama Traffic, starring Michael Douglas. Action fans might recognize him from Tommy Lee Jones's The Hunted or the hilarious comedy White Chicks. Most recently, Velez graced our screens in Bourne with Alison Brie. Eddie Velez's dedication to his craft and his ability to seamlessly navigate between genres have solidified his place in the entertainment industry. Frankie Santana played by Eddie Velez when he was 25 years old, and now she is 65 years old. Number 10. Marla Heasley as Tanya Baker. Forget fancy weapons. Tanya Baker uses words like a weapon. As a reporter, she's super persistent and all about the truth. No lie is safe from her. She digs deep to find what's really going on, even if it's buried under a mountain of secrets. Marla Heasley's path to acting was somewhat unexpected, as she initially aimed for a career in fashion merchandising while attending Orange Coast College in Costa Mesa. However, her involvement in modeling, coupled with a fortuitous encounter with Norman Brokaw of William Morris Agency, changed the course of her life. Introduced to Brokaw by her father for commercial opportunities, Heasley found herself drawn to acting after attending a class with acting coach Zena Prevendi. This newfound passion led her to sign with William Morris, despite lacking prior experience in acting. Brokaw, recognizing Heasley's potential, patiently waited until she was ready before sending her out on auditions. Heasley committed herself to her craft, diligently attending acting classes, joining a repertory theater, and spending time studying with an acting coach in New York. Her acting career began with commercials, and she soon landed her first television role in Can You Hear the Laughter? The Freddie Prinze Story. Heasley then made guest appearances on various shows before landing a series regular role on The A-Team. In her personal life, Heasley was involved with Wayne Newton from 1983 to 1991, including a period of engagement from 1987 to 1991. Tanya Baker played by Marla Heasley when she was 34 years old, and now she is 64 years old. Number 11. Jack Ging as Harlan Bull. Fulbright General Fulbright is all about following the rules. He's a soldier through and through, and he believes in doing what's right for the country. That's why he's so set on catching the A-Team. He thinks they're breaking the law and need to be punished. But there's more to him than meets the eye. He's not just a stickler for rules. He can actually see that things aren't always so clear-cut. good versus bad. Jack Ging gained recognition as an actor, appearing in numerous films throughout his Hollywood career. In his early years, he secured roles in various movies such as The Ghost of Drag Strip Hollow, Desire in the Dust, 1960, alongside Raymond Burr, and Sniper's Ridge. He also made an appearance in Clint Eastwood's western Hang 'em High. While continuing his film work, Ging also ventured into television, making notable appearances on shows like The Twilight Zone. His film career persisted into the 1970s with roles in productions such as Play Misty for Me with Clint Eastwood, S with Strother Martin, and That Man Bolt with Fred Williamson. He also appeared in Eastwood's western High Plains Drifter. In addition to his film roles, Ging took on various television roles, including a part on Dear Detective and the TV miniseries The Winds of War. Later in his career, he appeared on the popular TV show Wings. Harlan Bull Fulbright was played by Jack Ging when he was 52 years old. Sadly, Ging died of natural causes at his home in La Quinta, California on September 9, 2022, at the age of 90. That's a look back at the iconic cast of The A-Team. Their action-packed adventures left a lasting impression. What was your favorite A-Team mission? Share your thoughts in the comments. Until next time.